Hello, 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 and welcome to today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I am so excited. I'm nervous. I'm in anticipation of the story that we're going to tell to you today in a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition form. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. We're going to begin an adventure today. A 4-session D&D campaign that is mired and filled with mystery, terror, and horror. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's something that's been building up for a while, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. Because it is a bit of a special stream, and we are doing a Dungeons and Dragons themed stream, I went ahead and muted the alerts. I will thank any donations or subs or resubs. I'm going to be doing that all at the end of the stream, so that way we can really just get into this, really just focus on the meat and potatoes of what we're about, our main entree essentially of what we're about to be. So but more importantly, whether you're here from another chat or another community, or you're part of the BrettUltimus community right now, thank you so much for being here, and I hope this is something you're going to enjoy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin and tell to you, my lovely viewer, the world that we are in. So first of all, let me welcome you to a world of my design. This is definitely going to be, this isn't based off of another campaign or anything. This is something that I've completely written myself. There will be some house rules as well, so if you see something out of the ordinary, go ahead and put those rule books away, because there's gonna be a couple of custom house rules. I'm also taking some elements out of a rule module called the Darker Dungeon. I highly recommend you check it out if you want to make your own spooky horror and kind of a more difficult style game. That's the module to go ahead and check out. So you're going to see a couple of elements of that within this campaign. So without further ado, though, let me go ahead and welcome you to the world of Anarchrox. Now, Anarchrox is a world that's under the constant influence of forgotten old gods. Think of a fantasy world where Cthulhu beasts are constantly changing the ebb and flow of what the world is like. This is a world where tales of tragedy are constantly written. Now, today's story takes place in a tiny little village in the middle of a lost away forest, the village of Yewgorath, which has been recently put under quarantine by a mysterious illness known as the Ire. And for a year now, the people have been frantically looking for a cure for this weird, strange illness. And to make matters worse, over these past couple of weeks, the citizens of this village, the population has been thinning. People are starting to go missing, essentially, and it's starting to kind of cause a little bit of concern. People want to leave the village, but again, the village is under quarantine. Threat of death by the king's soldiers if you attempt to leave through the forest, and of course, the mysterious tales and beasts of a monster known as the Jabberwock have roamed the forest, taking people away, or at least that's what legends foretell. Now, of course, our tale wouldn't be a proper story without some likable protagonists, my lovely viewers. And with that, let's go ahead and give them a meet right now. Hello? Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello. Oh, I'm very excited. Is Craig? Hello. Hello. Today, our players. Hello. Today, our players are none other than Kraken, Strippin, Breebun, and Lawman. Guys, thank you so much for participating in this spooky world that we're about to delve into.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for building
Yeah,
it.
thank you for
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Don't kill my
So
character.
I think I need to leave, dude.
No,
Is it too spooky?
it's
I
gonna.
listened to the intro and it had me spooked, dude.
A little spooky.
Don't leave. Please don't leave. So you all, of course, have some fine characters, and I was hoping we could do a brief introduction of all of them. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure.
Let's go ahead. Kraken, tell us a little bit about your character.
Well,
Boy, oh.
Morton's finishing a tuna salad sandwich at the moment, at this time in Ghoulcrest.
Do you want me to move on to someone else while you enjoy your tuna salad, Morton?
No, there's more to me than that.
Oh.
See, my name's Morton Malady. I was born and raised in this village of Ghoulcrest. And I never really felt like I fit in here. And I don't know if that's just because everything's so dark all the time outside, but I ended up spending most of my time in the library, just so I could study up on the greater world. And because, there must be something greener on the other side of the fence, whatever the saying is. They didn't have that saying in the book. I just came up with that myself. But the idea is I didn't really love this place so much. But, I've tried to make the most of it. I've been working my way up the social ladder recently, even all the way to the point where I'm now aide to the mayor. So I gotta get an idea of all the going-ons here in Ghoulcrest, and it turns out they're not very good. It's not been a great place to live. Not that I really know anything better, I guess, but I don't know. I'm hoping maybe my destiny will come calling someday, and I can get out of here.
Wow. Hoping for a better future. Thank you so much, Morton, for sharing that lovely tale with everyone. Hey, thanks for being here. Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
My character, his name is Oscar. He was a famous warrior. He had the nickname Troll's Bane, and for decades, he dedicated himself to the battlefield. One day, he lost his true love, and didn't see any point in it anymore. He left, and he settled in the village of Ghoulcrest and became a blacksmith. And that was a long time ago. He's quite old. He's 58. But he's huge. He's a huge, big guy, and he believes that a tempered body creates a tempered mind. And so he keeps to himself. He's a man of few words, and he just blacksmiths away in Ghoulcrest.
All right.
A little life of seclusion.
In a simple life of seclusion. Thank you very much for sharing. Bree.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your character.
Gladly. I will be playing as Nora. She is a traveling missionary with the Order of Lumen, sent to Ghoulcrest to help find a cure for the ire. She's only been traveling as a missionary for about a year, and she's definitely not pious. She is rough around the edges, tough mom type, and she only joined the missionary to feel like a better person because she feels responsible for the tragic murder of her son in the past. So she's a rough and tough mom, and yeah, that's her.
Mom at heart. Thank you very much.
Mom at heart.
Lawman, tell us a little bit about your character.
Name's Match. I was living on the streets of a cold, hard city where no one gave a shit about the kids, and growing up, me and the boys had to stick together, see, and fell into the bad crowd, joined a couple of bandits, the Crimson Bandits to be exact, and I'm good at finding things, and yeah, I can get around, and I can sneak, and I'm nice and quiet. I'm real greasy, though. It's just this hair. This hair is something's up with the roots, and it's all greasy and nice black and drooping down. But I'm always wearing a hat, and it covers most of that up, so no one sees. But long and slender. I got a gaunt face, nice and tall, boy, but I'm slippy, you see. I get around.
Well, thank you so much. You sound like the most likable of the entire party.
Thanks.
Hey, you're welcome. You're
Oh,
welcome.
come on, man.
Nothing about this guy. I trust him. I really trust him with everything that's going on. And so as I had mentioned to the audience, and then I'll let you guys know, your village has been plagued with a mysterious illness known as the ire. It's gotten so bad at this point, everyone knows someone that has this weird, strange disease. People with the ire, they have this strange black mark that kind of appears over their face, as if their blood itself is turned to this mucus-like tar, and it's very visible, like a scar across people's face. So it's you can't really hide, unless you're really good at makeup, I suppose, what the ire is. So life in the village of Goldcrest has been extremely challenging, a little difficult. The mood sour, really, really down, and especially considering the fact that rumors have spread of people that are now missing, just like vanishing without a trace. And of course, there's the thoughts that maybe they just left. They left the quarantine. They left Goldcrest. But the fates of anyone that enters the forest, besides the fact that the king's men find you, they'll kill you on the spot. And of course, the legendary Jabberwock, a mysterious creature. No one's ever seen this. Some people consider it an old wives' tale. Some people, there might be a little bit of truth to those rumors, but no one's willing to find out. So we're gonna go ahead, if you guys are ready, and start our campaign. One fateful evening in the village of Goldcrest. So, hold on. Hold on. What? Oh. What's everyone's kind of like evening ritual, typically, would you say? Like, what would you guys typically be doing in the evening? Like, do you, like, Kraken, do you, like, go, does Morton kind of, like, go to bed a little early, or, like, what do you think?
Yeah, Morton,
This isn't sustainable.
He's going through puberty. It's fine.
Morton likes curling up by the fire with a nice fiction novel, and he will read it until the sensible time of about 9:30, and then he'll turn it in. If he's had a particularly hard day at work, maybe he'll be a little cheeky and have a glass of wine, but only one.
Only one. By the way, everyone, I have moved you all over to the Goldcrest app. You all are currently in your homes of where you're staying. Morton, you're kind of in a very nice, secluded house that's actually by the mayor's manor. Nora, let's see if I can find you real quick. Actually, no, we'll go down here. Oscar. Oscar, you have a nice little house that also functions as your smithy that you currently stay in.
So I got a little 2-story, and there's, the second story is bigger than the first. There's an overhang underneath, and you can hear the crows kind of starting to squawk. You can just hear the ding,
cross his fingers.
Ding, ding, as Oscar works away on, and you can see the shelves and the walls behind Oscar lined with just so much stuff that he's crafted that no one's buying, because it's such a small town.
Right.
But that's it. He's sweat on his brow. Time of day is kind of irrelevant. He's just kind of sat. The light from the furnace is the only light in the room, in the workshop, and he's just hammering away.
Just not much of a sleeping guy.
He's a light sleeper, but also he likes to sleep during the morning, the early afternoon when the sun is hottest, and then he's a bit of a night owl. But
okay, all right. And across the way is Match, who lives in a kind of humble abode. What would you say you're normally doing during your evenings, Match?
It'd be gambling, huh? Trying to make a coin or two, and maybe if I don't win, I take them back.
Oh my gosh. So you might have a couple of people over at your place that you can
Just
gamble.
give me cards.
Okay.
Or liar's dice.
All right. Very nice. Hold on. I'll just go ahead and, put a couple of people here that you might be gambling with right now. Okay, there we go. Nice.
Hey, Joe. Tony.
Sup, we gambling?
Yeah. Come on right over here, and I gesture to the table with my long hand and like a creepy like pose with it.
you, dude.
Take a seat.
I don't trust him.
And I go and I grab their chair and tuck them in, push them into the table.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh.
Right here. And then I grab my own chair. It's just a small stool, and I come up and I give everyone a couple dice.
Oh, thanks. I don't know why we keep coming over here to gamble with you. You always seem to win for some reason, but maybe it's because you have such a likable personality.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go make your roll.
And then all the way across the way, Nora went
Yes.
in her encampment with all the other missionaries. You guys have a small plot of land that's been set aside that the mayor gave you, that while you guys are researching how to recover the ire and this illness, he just kind of gave you a spot of land that you guys could set up camps and your tents and whatnot that do what you need to do. So what would you be typically doing during the evening hours?
Trying to keep busy, trying to keep her mind from wandering too much, seeing how she can help her on this little camp, maybe researching what she can about the ire, and then sneakily reaching up her skirt for a flask every now and then, and just quietly drinking to herself without anyone seeing. So
Gotcha. A little bit of a vice that Nora has.
a little bit of a vice, yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, it is, of course, if this is where we're going to be starting our story, it would be an evening just like any other. A nice, clear sky in the peaceful village of Ghoulcrest. Like I said, the mood's a bit sour during the day, but this is fortunately one of those evenings that it's nice. It's quiet. It's a moment of peace in a time that would normally be extremely stressful. I would say, Nora, you would see this first because you are camped outside. You're not in any house. You see over to the south a light glow, like almost as if from like a torch coming from the graveyard. And maybe someone is doing some mourning in the evening. Like I said, it's a nice quiet time, but the light begins to glow a bit brighter, a bit stronger. And it isn't until then that you realize it isn't the light of a torch, but actually a fire that has caught in the southern end of the village. And as you look around to the east, to the west, to the north, fires are beginning to spread, and you're starting to hear voices. These jeering voices of just dark snickering and laughing. And then you hear windows breaking, the sound of a door kicking in. And then you realize to your horror that this town is under attack by some sort of bandit group.
Oh god. Oh god.
Morton, you begin to hear the sound of windows breaking outside, and you also hear the sound of a window breaking out in your living room.
I'll peek through the door to see if I can see it without making it clear that I'm home. I don't know what he thinks.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
All right. Pull up my character. that roll?
Yeah, it sure did.
Oh boy.
That's
Okay.
that's a solid 4, my friend. So, you slowly attempt to you begin to attempt to open the door, and you kind of slip a little bit as you're doing so.
Oh jeez.
You trip forward and you look, as mentioned, to your horror, a man covered in blood looking over to you now, holding a jagged knife, and he's just he's got a deep breath to him, and he slowly begins to approach you.
I'm gonna go back into my room. I'm gonna try to barricade the door. I'm in my room, but I'm gonna try to barricade the door.
Oscar, you hear a door break, like the sound of wood breaking from your living room.
Oscar's already dead.
Oscar, I can't.
Old age, no.
You hear a low growl, and he kind of tilts his head slightly, and you hear him gently lower the hammer, and you see him reach towards a rack of not expertly crafted swords, but well made. He's not a master craftsman, but you see his hand hesitate when reaching for the sword, and he thinks better of it, and he goes back to his hammer, his working hammer, and he picks it up, and he slowly proceeds towards the noise.
So you'd go over to the door. Do you open it stealthily,
Yes.
or do you just go in? All right.
I would open it slowly.
Okay. Like no attempt of stealth.
No attempt of stealth. He's just kind of creaking the door open.
You see a man covered in blood holding a jagged sword, and another man holding some kind of like weirdly crafted like jagged stump for a shield, who's also coming in, and they're just like slowly approaching, like looking around. The back man kind of chuckling to himself as he does so. He knocks over like one of your like pieces of furniture, like a nightstand or something like that.
Okay.
They're definitely not trying to stealth around.
Okay. He also comes in. He lowers his head through the doorway. He's very, very tall, imposing man, and he fills the doorway, and he just growls, "Leave."
Looks like someone's home, boss. And then the other one just lets out a howling laugh before they both rush towards the door over to you. Across the way, Match. Nothing weird or stealthy. The door just breaks in as like 3 bandits go rushing in. Mind if we join? This one runs in and just stabs one of the guys in the chest.
Oh my god.
And,
Oh my god.
No.
and
That means he forfeits his winnings, though. So
He didn't even get to roll, dude. It just happened.
and just pulls them outside, and the other two begin to approach over to you as well. Joe's hiding under the table right now.
What can I tell from my background as a Crimson Bandit? Are these Crimson Bandits?
Ooh. Yes. You can
They
tell
are?
that these are your former Crimson Bandit
Holy
brethren,
shit.
but they are covered in blood, like soaked in blood, and something just doesn't seem to be right with their eyes.
I pull out my dagger. Or my long knife. It's not even a dagger. I pull out my long knife that was in my like small little holster on my back right.
Uh-huh.
And I stab Joe.
Ah!
I got him! I got him, guys!
Mash, what are you doing, dude? I thought we were...
And I cover his mouth. Yeah, got him, guys.
They both look at each other, and then 2 more bandits come in, and they begin to slowly approach you.
Can I make an insight check? Are they unfazed by my attempt at blending in with
Yeah,
them?
make an insight
It's
check.
like totally
Casual murder.
casual murder is matches fucking life.
Match loves casual murder. You kind of take a spot and you're like, these are my boys, the Crimson Bandits. I used to be a part of their gang, and now they're a weird direction, completely covered in blood. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but you know, maybe we can come to some arrangement. They're unfazed by the fact that you just stabbed someone, and they're just, you can see in their eyes, bloodlust, and they are, like I said, soaked in what appears to be the blood of a pig. Maybe you can kind of smell a little pork, a little bacon coming from them a little bit. And of course, they're just slowly approaching you, so that's kind of where your analysis ends, because at this point, you realize you might be in danger. Maybe.
I book it.
You book
And I run into this room and try to lock the door.
Yeah, all of them just begin to rush over to you. Nora,
Yes.
at this point, it's painfully aware what's happening here. And as the light and the fire begin to come around, hold on, and you begin to see people are approaching you right now.
All right.
Oh.
Are any of my fellow missionaries around?
So you're
Am
kind
I
of like,
alone at the campsite?
so you're kind of looking around. So you're looking in the tents, and it is empty.
Well, fuck.
And as you kind of look around and the light begins to peak, you begin to see that you are horribly surrounded.
All right. I'm just gonna pull my flask out, take a huge swig from it, wipe my mouth, and pull out my mace and ready my weapon.
All right. So a little bit of a side thing in what we're going to be doing with initiative. Instead of trying to roll a bunch of people going and things like that, and to give you guys a little bit more of a strategy, I'm going to flip a coin. If
That doesn't-
huh? What?
That doesn't sound like more strategy. Just sounds like chance.
Yeah, absolutely. If I flip heads, which would be a 2 in this case, your entire party gets to go first. If I flip 1, the enemies go first.
Gotcha.
So, with that being said, let me go ahead and flip. If I get a 2, you guys get to go first. Whoa, what? Click to drag the dice? What? Hold on. I gotta automatically roll 3D dice. All right, I got a 2. Whatever. So you guys get to go first. Nora, what do you?
Yes.
Oh, actually, no. Who do you guys want to go first?
I mean, I go first.
All right, Match. Match calls it. Match, you're at the door. You have several bandits heading over to you. You just begin to hear just pounding at the door. From
Do I have any windows?
yeah. I mean, yeah. You would. Yeah, your bedroom does have windows.
I'm guessing like over there.
Yeah.
I fucking book it for the window and jump out.
As you break out, you see 3 more bandits kind of looking around.
Come on, guys! I was good to the gang. If I still have movement left,
You do?
Around this, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I would say is all I have left after jumping or whatever. So there. I run that
Are
one.
you making a double move, or are you going to also take an action?
Oh yeah, double move. Yeah, I will make it a double move. Let's see. No, let me actually count this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 55. That should be there. With a double move, yeah?
Yeah, man.
From the door to there? Okay.
Yeah. You're doing great, by the way.
Thanks. Is hiding an action? Or could I, like, after a double run, could I try to hide in this bush?
Trying to hide would be like I would make that a standard action of you just trying to, like, calm yourself, collect yourself, and hide in the bush. As you approach closer, trying to, like, get to, like, that tree, like, trying to hide behind it, you see another pack just
Jesus!
swarming in.
Oof.
Make a stealth check. Let's see if they see you.
No.
Okay. So they thought they heard something, and they didn't.
Was it that laughing?
Yes.
What gave it away?
I got him.
What? Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Oscar.
Oscar. So yeah, they're approaching you right now. What do you do?
He is completely unwavering. He just stands in the doorway.
Just waiting. It's
Just an angry silhouette of a man.
okay.
Yeah.
Are
He's
you?
holding his hammer?
Is it fair to say if they approach, you're gonna start swinging?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Nora and Morton, who wants to go next?
I will go.
Okay.
I'm going to stand my ground and kind of grip my weapon harder and call out to the one in front of me here. You're smart. You won't take a step forward. Tell me who you are now.
He lets out a devious chuckle before kind of like letting his tongue out to taste the blade that is soaked in blood, and approaches without saying another word.
She just shrugs and says, well, that's fucking gross, but okay.
Morton. What are you doing, Morton?
Morton will try to barricade the door. He's going to try to pull his dresser over and put it in front of it.
Okay.
So should I roll for that, or?
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check. I would say you're able to do it. You shouldn't need that much strength to push a dresser. Yeah, that looks about right. So you struggle a little bit as you're pushing the dresser over to the door. You sweat a little bit, and I would say that would take your full round to do that.
Okay, well, that's what I do.
Okay then. All right. So next up are the bandits. This should be fun. The shield one walks over, and just like while you're talking to the one ahead of you, this shield one just kind of gets behind you and just tries to smack you at the back of the head with your shield, with their shield.
Okay. Can I try to? Oh.
He fumbles a little bit. Are you going to? You're kind of looking at this one. This one approaches, so if you ready an action to attack them, you can do it at this time.
Yeah, I'll go for it then.
Okay.
Okay. 19, does that hit?
That hits, yeah.
All right. 5 bludgeoning.
All right. Yeah, you without fear, you just kind of like clobber the bandit. He kind of like backs up a little bit and looks a little shocked before just going, yeah, and just going for the attack, just to stab you. Does that hit? 18.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Oof. You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Oh my god! All right, haha, this is fun.
As you see, the blade is just sticking out of your shoulder right now, and it's just trying to like push it in as deep as it can go. The bowman begins to wander over, and yeah, shoots.
That's good. Good for him.
Goes in for the attack.
He shoots his shot.
5.
No, you missed.
Yeah,
fucker.
you miss. And the other ones begin approaching and surrounding you at this point as well. Morton. You begin to hear a bang at your door as someone is trying to break down the crude barricade that you've got right now.
I'd like to open the window and try to quietly step through.
You begin to do that. At this point, your door breaks in.
Well, already?
No, sorry, the outside door, not your actual door. And you hear from this guy, "Oi, give me help with this door. I think he's inside." And yeah, you just see other bandits beginning to pour into your house, trying to break down the barricade that you've got. Your door begins to buckle as you actually see one of the bandits now.
Do I get my window open?
You're working on it.
How complicated is my window?
I mean,
It's not your turn yet.
It took your whole turn to move the dresser.
Yeah, it took your whole round just to try and drag the dresser over. So now this is their response.
Weak boy.
Your dresser shatters, just falls over. Your door is now broken in as you see 3 bandits staring you down right now.
How's the window looking?
You're not at the window yet. You're looking at the window. You're ready to go.
I haven't gone to it yet.
You haven't gone to it yet. It's not your turn. It's their turn.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Oscar. This one rushes over to you to attack. What do you do? Oscar's dead.
Again.
God damn it, Oscar.
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize. I'm gonna attempt to knock him unconscious.
Okay.
With the blacksmith's hammer.
All right, go for it.
What am I rolling here?
Just roll your attack. Just press the blacksmith. Yeah, there you go. That's a 20. That hits.
Pog, you dudes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you clobber this guy over the head, and he's just a little dazed right now. Before he just kind of like shakes himself back to consciousness. He looks like he's in bad shape.
Yeah.
But
Oscar kind of.
yeah.
Last warning.
He just like a bloodlust ignores that warning and tries to stab his blade into your shoulder.
Okay.
Counter 20.
Oof.
5 points of damage.
Okay. Yep.
I'm fine.
Oscar kind of stumbles backwards and grabs his shoulder and winces a little.
At this point, kind of from like around the corner, the other one tries to like stab you with like the bottom of his shield right now. Let's see if that hits. Does a 12 hit you?
Yes.
You take 3 points of damage.
Okay. He catches Oscar on the back of the head, and he's down.
Oscar falls down to the ground, bleeding.
Yeah.
As the other two are beginning to roam into Oscar's room now. Oh yeah, that's right. You ran out.
Short campaign.
Yay! 1 session, by the way.
Don't see me.
As this one's walking around, let me see real quick. Start making some wisdom checks. He turns over to a scurrying match that's trying to hide behind the tree right now. And charges towards you. Just like running at you with a sword. Does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
Oh, you dodge out of the, you like tumble out of the way like you're in the corner right now. Hey, someone help me with this guy. This guy, so this shield guy begins to charge over to corner you right now. And he slams his shields against you. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
The calculations. Yeah, no, can't avoid.
You take 3 points of damage. This bowman kind of looks over to see you just like squirming with the shield and takes their shot. 13 to hit.
I will use my slippery eel.
Oh.
Once per combat, I can choose to add a 1d6 to my armor class. My armor class is
Damn.
13, so whatever I roll, it's gonna save me.
All right.
1.
There it is, baby.
14, he doesn't hit.
So you just kind of like slide out of the way. It's like the back of the shield stabs into the ground. Oh no, the bow. Yeah, it's the arrow just kind of like, yeah, you just kind of roll out of the way just in time. And you just hear, get him! And everyone else begins to charge over. Everyone else begins to charge over to you right now. And they're all wanting. You guys, by the way, are now hearing just the screams of people as they're being. For anyone that's outside and actually looking around, you see the screams of people. You see people being dragged over to the graveyard to the south. Other people are just being like killed, like right on the spot. All right, it's now your guys' turn. Who wants to go first?
You got a slippery boy.
Oscar will go first.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Oscar's down to the ground right now.
I bleed out.
Someone else's turn now.
I'm gonna go for the window.
Okay. He's going
I
for the
don't really
window.
I don't think he's really comfortable jumping out the window, so he's gonna try to open it and get out in the same turn and see how effective that is.
Pretty, I would say, effective. Your window, well maintained.
Yep.
So yeah, go ahead and you can move over to the window if you'd like.
I would
say
like that.
The window would be right there.
Oh, and outside the window, would I see those fine individuals?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. As you're peeking in, like opening the window right now, you just see other bandits are just roaming around the area currently.
But they're not going for the window yet.
No, they're not going for the window. They're just kind of like walking around. Yeah.
Well, then I would like to creep out the window
Okay.
and immediately duck to the right behind my house and try to, like, run that way because I know there's a door to the south side. So
Okay. So you're just
I would go that way.
you're
Yeah,
just
and I try to stealth past the guy to the right there.
Okay. You see your character, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Feel free to move it how you want to do it, and make a stealth check.
All right. Mama boy.
Ooh.
Okay. You're pretty decent. Pretty decent stealth. Let's see if anyone sees ya. Hey! Points over to you, and then everyone else just kind of looks over in your direction right now, and they begin to approach you.
What's this all about? Maybe we can work something out. I work for the mayor. I can be helpful. I'm really. Do you need a accountant?
Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
1 HP, by the way.
Yeah, you've got a sword. Just
Oh,
like
mommy.
I got a
stuck in
sword
your
in my
arm.
shoulder.
Yeah.
A dagger in my shoulder. Man. I think first thing she's gonna do is spit in the face of the guy that shoved the dagger on her shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Get the fuck off of me.
A little bit.
She's gonna.
A little bit of blood on your face right now.
Oh, lovely. And she's gonna try to flee.
Okay. Are you going
No.
to disengage? Are you running out of
Southwards.
fear?
Disengage, yeah.
Okay. You can move up to your movement.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go down here.
Okay. Okay. So, let me just real quick generate the area so you can see what's over there.
Oh, fun.
Do a little little bit of fade for dramatic ambiance. You see a 10-foot giant man soaked in blood holding onto what appears to be this giant hook. Looks over to you while you're running and just lets out a you just see a grin on his face.
What the hell?
Match?
We head back.
He's here to save us. Hey,
Match?
help over here.
I'm here to help.
Yay!
This is the blood of the bandits I just killed.
Yeah,
match.
Disengage.
Okay.
And let's see. God, I can't move far.
Nope.
Actually, I'm a cornered rat. It's time to bite back.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
I see that I'm not gonna get away from all these guys, so he just kind of like, he's sweating and he's like, he wishes he could run away right now, but he's feeling trapped, and so he's gonna lash out at the guy without the shield. That one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, hey, ah! Just fucking go for the throat.
Okay.
Oof.
That doesn't hit.
No.
As you like stab in, and the bandits begin to approach and swarm around you right now. Oscar's down. Yeah. Okay. Do you move? By the way.
Yeah, you know what? I'll try to get away even without disengage.
Okay.
And so I lash out at him, and when that fails, I run. Let's see. What is 30? I'll try to run, obviously. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll try to get here.
Okay. You take attacks of opportunity from this bandit and the shield guy. 13 to hit.
Yep, that's the class.
And he cuts at your tendon at your feet. And you just fall over, bleeding out, as the others this time approach you and just begins stabbing at you violently.
Oh God!
As your life begins to you just see your life, like you begin to black out at that point. Oscar, same thing. The bandits come in and they just thrust a sword straight into your chest. And you just see.
Yeah, Oscar's vision's already blurry. He's like on his knees. His arms and his legs ache, and he realizes that he was a little bit older and wearier than he thought he was. To be overcome by these bandits as his vision fades to black.
The bandits begin to swarm at you. Morton.
Morton will beg for his life.
Can I make a beg check, please?
Yeah.
Yep.
How should I?
Can we get an RP? Can we RP this time?
How whiny can you be? Go for it.
Oh, come on, dude! Don't do it, dude! Oh, jeez! Oh, man! Oh, come on, dude! Please!
Well, maybe all these will miss you. Oh, see, look, that's a critical miss right there. Oh,
Yeah.
Did he stab himself?
no.
He
He kind of trips over and falls, so you get a little blood on you.
Out and you slip away.
You're right. I shouldn't attack you.
5 points of damage to Morton.
Oh! I'm still up.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah.
2 points of damage.
I'm down.
And yeah, they just begin to stab at you while they cackle. Nora,
Yep.
this guy just charges straight towards you, hook in hand.
I'm just gonna grip my mace and hope for the best.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Believe it or not.
You take 8 points of damage.
I'm
It's
down.
nice that he asks you if it hit you when he
I
knows
know. It's so courteous, Dan. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hey, I don't know.
Hey, I know I made your character in your AC's 10, but does this 22 hit you?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
guys.
she's down.
So ends that campaign. Wow, just before it even began.
Well, thanks for
GG.
inviting us, Brett. This was really
Yeah,
cool
this
setting.
was really fun.
But wait. You guys begin to awaken a little bit. Like you all of you guys begin to like wait, hold on. Using the wrong thing. You kind of like black out as all the bandits swarm around you. And you just wonder yourself, is this it? Is this how my life is going to end, to a violent bandit attack? And then you awaken to a cool breeze, and you're in a place that's very foreign to you. As your characters, you are not entirely familiar with this weird furniture You appear to be up on this high top of a strange tower. But to the audience and to you guys, the players, it actually appears to be a penthouse. Almost like a penthouse over in New York City.
The fuck?
Kind
What
of.
the fuck?
Huh?
And you wake up and you're just in this strange wooded room. You look out to see this weird glass. It's raining currently as you see all these other towers illuminated by this strange light.
What the hell?
And
Am I conscious?
yeah, you guys are conscious.
Are we all
And-
together?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, you're all together. You may
I
or
look
may
for a
not know
weapon.
each other.
I look for a weapon. Just anything sharp,
Jesus.
anything blunt.
You take a pot and smash it on the table as you grab a jagged ceramic. Look it around.
I do that and I like crawl backwards like a crab and just like point it at everyone.
And you're just looking around like, what's happening? You know. What do the rest of you do? How do the rest of you respond?
Nora's gonna be pinching herself, convinced this is just a dream or the afterlife. She's not sure, but
You feel, you feel yourself pinching, trying to figure out, what's happening. Morton, Oscar, how do you guys respond?
Do I have any visible wounds or anything?
No. As you look around at the stab marks, one of the bandits stabs you straight in the shoulder, and you realize you're just like, nope, I'm completely.
He
Yeah.
places a hand on his chest where the sword went in, and back of his head where he was hit with a shield, and kind of looks around. He's convinced he's in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair, yeah.
I think Morton, like, ironically similar to what Blaze, was it Blaze? No, wait,
Match.
Match, sorry.
Matches.
Blaze?
Same fire, something or other. I think similar to Matches, but without the violence, I think would like crawl into a corner, kind of hide behind whatever like would look most familiar to him. So like maybe the couch or a chair, like a big chair,
Mhm.
and you just kind of watch from a corner, but like try not to make any sound to get noticed.
Over at the front door, you hear an unlocking sound, as if someone is about to enter.
And point my jagged pot at that.
Go away.
Oscar just turns curiously.
Nora and Morton, what do you guys do?
Nora's gonna sit down on the couch, just
Pull out her
really
flask.
confused. Just like fucking confused and just dazed.
Yeah. Morton, continuing your hiding.
Yeah.
You see a slender figure walk in. He appears to be in this like black silk suit with a fine tuck shirt, and has this weird like demonic platinum mask over his head, and he just walks in as if he just came back from groceries, getting groceries. He closes the door, he locks up, and just says, "I'm sure you have plenty of questions. What do you do?"
This is the afterlife, right? She asks, just bluntly.
That's a hard thing to state. Yes, no. It's definitely a different time, a different place. But you are, or could be, at this point, dead. But I decided to save you guys, because I need you for something. But I have to ask you, do you want to live?
Yes! And I'll jump up. throw away the jagged pot thing. Just yeah.
He looks over to the three of you. How do you guys respond?
At what cost?
There is always a cost. Very, very good. Very
I'll take
clever
it.
observation.
I think Morton won't like react until he looks at him, thinking that he's actually hidden, and he's like, yeah. No, I'd like to not die a bloody death to bloody men.
Oscar, how do you respond and react to all this?
Oscar's folding his arms and stroking his beard. Just kind of listening in silence for the catch.
Hmm.
He's also a little bit irritated
Yeah.
because
Why are you grumpy? What's wrong?
I think a part of him hoped that he would see his love again.
Yeah.
Like he was ready to die. So if this guy wants him to do shit, I don't know. Oscar doesn't know if he's into it. So he's pensive. He's listening.
So, the men that you encountered in the village, the blood bandits, are being manipulated, being controlled by an associate of mine. Goes by the name of Yewgorath. He is an old and forgotten god, made of plant-like material. All Yewgorath wants to do is consume. And while he has been long deceased, a group of individuals known as the Children of Yew are interested in bringing him back. And it seems that they might be doing so here in a short period of time. I need someone who can stop them. And unfortunately, those with the power to do so are not anywhere within your vicinity, within the village. You four appear to be the most capable. And if I were to offer you my assistance, I wanted to ask if you would be able to do so.
Yeah, I can do that. Let me back. I'll do it.
Not to be disrespectful, but are you sure you got the right people? I don't think I don't know, whatever you just said. I don't think I can resurrect a god or something.
Well, you wouldn't be resurrecting a god, you would be stopping one from being born.
Oh, that sounds easier, I think.
You each have a very strong spirit that could be attuned to some trinkets that I've acquired that would grant you an additional source of power to stop this from happening. And in exchange, 3 of you will be able to continue your life.
3 of us.
Me. I'll do it. I got the handle.
Why
Yeah.
only 3?
Well, everything does come at a price, and I am actually interested in keeping one of your souls.
Not mine, no. Come on. And I'll go up and get closer because I'm standing at this point, and I come over and I hobble over and take a quick step and just get in front of his face. Yeah. I listened to everything you said. I can handle this. I'm good. I can take care of all your problems. Just let me back.
Very dismissive, just kind of ignoring you right now.
All right, when he ignores me,
Yeah.
totally drops that whole fucking excitement. Just
Like,
Just breathes
well,
heavily.
you could tell it didn't work, and you're like,
Yeah.
figure out anything.
yeah, I'm just well, damn it.
So
I don't know about you guys. I'd like to live, but I mean, I don't really want to. I don't know what. This is all a lot for me. I was reading my book, the simple habits of a successful adventurer, and it was just kind of nice to learn about people that were adventuring, but I don't really consider myself one of those people, so this is like a lot to be putting in.
What was your name?
Morton.
Morin. I think the alternative is death, so you may want to reconsider.
I mean, look, I don't want to die, but if only one of us is left behind, I don't want that to be me.
Well, consider this. You're already dead. Why not have a chance at life?
Okay.
What makes you think we would take this chance at life to do your biddings?
I would. I would.
Well, besides him, clearly.
I mean, isn't living a motivator on its own?
She just kind of laughs and turns her head.
I mean, if you wish to stay dead, I can leave you where you're at.
Oscar was kind of okay with the situation until he said, "Keep the soul."
Mm-hmm.
He just interjects. He says, "I refuse."
You refuse the opportunity, the chance to live?
I swore off wielding a sword, for anyone, you included. He points a stubby, worn finger at him.
And you don't want to see your wife again?
What do you mean? My wife's dead.
I can bring her back.
His eyes widen. No. I won't have your magics interfere with her peace.
So you want to go to her then?
What is it you want from us? What happens after?
Well,
What happens to the soul you keep?
it joins my collection. It's very simple.
Collection?
Yes.
That's all we are to you, huh?
No, I'm sure you have your own values, your own merits. It's not that bad. In fact, I was going to lend you some to assist you.
Lend us somewhat soul?
That's right.
That doesn't seem like a library book you can just rent out. I mean, is it?
Perhaps. That's the way I look at it. I can merge you with another soul. It would be your other self. You would be able to tap into its power and be able to use it to finish this task.
And once the task is finished, you take one of our souls, and the rest of us, just keep living with this other self attached to us?
Oh no, I would take those back as well.
So we clearly get not much from this deal, is what I'm getting here, besides continuing living. And for those of us, and she kind of looks at Oscar, who really don't have much to live for, this isn't very incentivizing, is it?
Oscar nods his head.
So living's not good enough?
I want my son back. And he clearly wants his wife alive, but not through your means.
So you want your son back. And he then motions over to Oscar. And you wish to see your wife again by any means?
He doesn't give you a yes or a no answer, but merely kind of looks past you as if he hasn't decided.
And then he looks over to Match.
I
And
give
is,
him a big, missing teeth, dirty, yellow grin.
and what do you want?
I gotta go back. my time's not done, and I got lots of work that I can do for you. You know, if you want to make a deal.
And to you, and he turns over to Morton, what do you want above all else?
I want to get out of here. I think there's more to life than what I've seen so far, and I'm kind of disappointed that this could be it. So, if this is a chance for me to see the rest of the world, then okay, you know, it's better than what I've been doing.
I can provide all these things. So,
Okay.
are we in agreement? I can return you back right now.
Yeah.
Anyone else? I don't really want to go alone with this guy. And I'm kind of looking at.
Like he's offering a hand to you.
I look over to Morton and I take off my hat and my greasy hair falls out. and I like nod and just and then I put it back on.
Oscar, he was moved by this lady asking for a son back, and feels like if he says no, she loses the opportunity. So he nods, but doesn't say anything.
I'll go too.
Very well. He pulls a small book that is over in his hand and opens it up, and appears from another a quill, like a metal like quill, and he opens up a blank page, and he says, "I just need a spot of your blood, and the deal will be finalized."
And I started looking around on the floor, and I double back to where I was, and I grabbed the jagged pot shard, and come over and hold it over my finger. Yeah.
You don't have to be so dramatic about it, but just a little bit will do.
I slice my fucking finger.
Oh my god.
Slice my finger off.
A pound of flesh.
Oh god.
He offers the page.
I just way more blood than he was probably anticipating goes on the page. Slathers it right in there.
Ruins the entire content.
Hold on,
Get woozy and pass out.
let me get another one. There just seems to be too much blood. I'm just kidding. All right, so yeah, and, a lot of blood just pours over on the page. Who's next?
In contrast, Morton takes is he armed? Does he have a sharp point? Or
It's a
I offer the jagged pot shard.
I don't take that.
it looks like a quill pen, except the pen point is just a little bit more sharp that you can
All right,
easily.
he takes that and looks away and is like, and does a single prick to make a single drop of blood come out. So the exact opposite of matches.
Who's next?
Nora steps forward and just grabs the pen, pricks her finger, presses her blood down on the paper, and just walks backwards, away from it.
And then he takes the book over to Oscar.
Oscar, he looks at the weedy kid with his life left to live, and the lady. He doesn't look at the greasy guy at all. Is the contract readable?
It's a blank page, and all you just see is everyone's blood, just kind of already
Mostly
dotted there. Yeah, mostly
page, and then a dot and a
matches.
dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't prick his finger. He holds his hand out. Just holds out a big calloused hand.
Mm-hmm. And he looks at it and takes the quill and just slashes your hand open a little bit, so that
He squints his eyes briefly. The pain.
Takes a little bit of the blood and puts it on the contract. Then he closes the book and says, "The deal is done. I thank you for your assistance in this matter. It might feel odd at first, but you'll get used to it. You'll feel more accustomed to the other self."
And what if we need to speak to you again? How do we reach you?
That was the next thing I wanted to bring up to you. There are plenty of interesting trinkets and artifacts that you'll find down there, down below. If you are willing to offer them up to me, I can empower your other self to make your lives and jobs a little bit easier. Just close your eyes and fall asleep, and in your dream, you will see me.
So Match is sucking the blood from his finger, and like it's dribbling down the sides of his mouth now, and he hears all this, and he says,
So like some treasure. So like trinkets, shiny, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
All four of you begin to feel a little bit drowsy. Maybe you gave up too much blood.
Oh, blood loss.
Ooh.
This always happens.
Oscar blinks a few times. This is the fucking second time today he's felt like this.
You're just like, God damn it. And yeah, you guys begin to like kind of like fall over. It becomes a little difficult to stand. A bit challenging to stand. And yeah, do you guys do anything else before you, well, black out?
I want to muster one last question as I'm blacking out. What happens if we fail?
And before you black out, you just hear him say, "Then I chose wrong." And then you just completely black out at that point.
Again.
No, man.
Oh, man. Shucks.
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
You feel the cold air of the forest town of Ghoulcrest from where you're from. Your face pressed up against the grass as you awaken with this newly found power. Look over in your journals. You'll see that you have been given a second character sheet. This is this is your yourself attached to your other self.
Damn.
Your boy rolled some good dice, let me tell you.
Oh, hell yeah.
You wake outside of just outside of Oscar's house together.
Is it daytime?
Yes, but it's eerily quiet as you look around at the carnage that was left behind from these blood bandits.
So are we our second selves now, or are we our previous selves?
You are now your other selves.
Okay.
So, with your other selves, you can tap into this power, into this soul, and you can fight as well as them, or at least the power that's been given to you. But you should see a secondary character sheet, and that's the character sheet that you will be using.
Awesome.
Now, as you continue on this adventure, there will be many things that will kind of begin to stress you out. It's very important that you maintain your stress levels. Do some breathing exercises, kind of keep calm a little bit. Because if you get...
It's going to be a problem for him.
Because if you get too stressed, you will actually snap out of your other self and return back to your your regular normal selves, and you saw how well they can handle themselves in a fight.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you just keep careful. In fact, Nora, you do have an ability that can help relieve stress.
Yeah, is that soothing words?
It is.
Awesome.
Everyone
Very
has starts out with zero stress. Your stress cap is 40, and if you hit 20, that's gonna be your first stress check, kind of like exactly like Darkest Dungeons, essentially.
Where do you
Okay.
keep track of this number, by the way?
This sounds cool.
Go ahead, you can keep track anywhere you want in your character sheet.
Okay.
So if there's a spot that works for you, just say 0 out of 40. So, and with that, I wish you luck on your adventure right now. As you're
Oh man.
As you're looking around, you actually see a lot of corpses are still around from where the blood bandits attacked. The earth itself is stained in blood, and it is just eerily quiet right now.
Mash looks around at his new body, or his not dead body, and looks at his hands, looks at his feet, looks at his shirt, tugs at his shirt a little bit. And then he starts walking away.
Hey, where are you going? Oh shit! What happened to my voice?
What?
He looks
Morton?
back.
Hello? Is this really me? Oh God!
Peter.
No, it's Martin. Holy shit!
Oscar, his first thing he does is he looks up and he sees a splintered door frame to his house, and he sees his workshop's been ransacked of weapons. And he looks down at his hands, and his hands are like muddied with mud and dry blood.
What are you doing? You said you were walking away.
I'm walking away. He thinks he just conned a god.
Of course he does.
As you walk away from the group, you feel yourself get wary, like a little tired. As you continue to walk, you begin to cough up blood. Just then, you feel the wounds from the stabbing that you felt earlier that evening as they begin to reopen a little bit.
What the hell is this? We had a deal.
What do you do?
He stops going forward because he's definitely in pain with wounds reopened. I guess he looks back at the group if they're still in eyesight and sees if the same is happening to them.
Oh, they're fine.
Takes a few steps back, just...
The pain begins to ease a little bit. You start to regain your stamina a little bit more.
All right, then he jogs back.
Hey.
You
Back so soon.
you see a little dried blood on the side of your mouth.
No good. We're actually stuck on this.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It seems like didn't get away with as good a deal as I thought.
Maybe you signed with too much blood.
What the hell happened to you?
Well, I guess I came of age.
I'm a man now.
He still looks completely the same. He just has like a light purple glow coming off of it, by the way.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Holy fuck.
Just then, you hear the sound of chopping over to the south. As a cloaked figure appears to be cutting away at one of the corpses.
I will run over to this tree. I don't know if there's a turn order, then stop me. But
No, you're
I'll run over to
good.
this tree and try to hide behind it and peek around.
Go ahead and roll your stealth check. Oh yeah, you're like hiding behind the tree a little bit. You, the rest of the party, you can kind of see him. He's like in the tree. He kind of moves some leaves around and he's gone. You know he's there, but you can't see him.
I sent you a quick question on Discord.
Oh, okay. Yes, you do have weapons. You should have
Okay.
attacks there.
So on the ground around us where we woke up, there's various weapons from our other selves. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
One check. I didn't know if I was unarmed or not.
No. So if you check you should have access to your character sheet now, and that has all
I
your.
saw them. I just didn't know if we had them.
Yeah, you have them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The weapons that's a good question. You guys do see that you're now like holding on to like almost like spiritual form of like these weapons that your other selves had in their past life. They
Okay.
still feel tactile. They feel like actual weapons, but they come from your other self.
Okay.
What's this body man doing?
You kind of walk over and you just see he's like chopping away at one of the limbs.
I creep through the bushes to get closer.
As you approach, you can actually see who it is now, and it is, you just see this undead, like almost like this zombie like man. You just look loud like, oh my god, you're literally just dropping everything.
It's more just like breathy gasp. Just
Yeah. You see at his face is just like, it looks like a walking corpse, but there is this, he's wearing like an old Undertaker suit. I think that's the right word for it. And he has like a knotted some roots, like knotted plant roots over where his chest used to be, and a gnarled vine kind of going around his head into one of his eye sockets. His mouth just hangs open as he just is chopping away at this corpse.
I just sit there and watch and look to the right of myself and wait for the party. What the hell are we gonna do with this here?
I'm gonna turn to Morton and Oscar and say, that guy's gonna get us in trouble. We better follow suit."
Yeah, you're right. But also, I don't think we've been formally introduced.
She puts her fucking hand to her forehead.
I mean, if we're gonna be hunting gods together. or
I know your
something,
name is Morton. I mean, what more formal can we get?
Well, we're kind of soulbound now, aren't we?
Sure.
So, I mean, I've seen you around town, both of you, but I don't know. Like, tell me about yourself. He's still the same word. He just has a
Yeah.
Hang on, is this fucking thing like lurching towards us when he's asking us this? or-
No, it's literally, this thing is like chopping a body up right now.
Okay. So it hasn't noticed us.
Right, and
Okay.
Morton's like, we
Before
should
we die.
introduce each other.
Just wanted to ask you out to dinner.
No, I'm not hitting on anyone. I'm literally just trying to figure out.
It's the voice. The voice automatically makes it sound like you're hitting
All
on
right.
people. No, you're good. You're good.
You're good.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
absolutely good.
Well, my name's Nora, and there's not much else to know.
Oscar.
Real talkative folks, huh? Well, I'm Morton, and I'm the aide. I mean, I guess I was the aide to the mayor, but I don't know if that still counts.
Mayor's dead.
Oh,
Is he?
really? It means I'm out of a job. Shit.
I think there's bigger problems at hand, Morton.
Which way is this undead facing?
You like turn back
the
and we're just
body
having
he's
a
at?
conversation.
he's facing this way right now.
I sneak towards him.
Make a stealth check. He turns over to you and screams. You guys hear a loud, like this raspy scream coming from the graveyard. And as you look over, you literally see Match, like he's like in like this sneaking position, like he was about to get
creepy
the
stance, like,
Nora's gonna take a few steps forward. Hey, rat boy, stop.
I need everyone to roll some initiative.
I thought we were doing the coin flip.
Well, it gave everyone a chance. Trying some things.
Oofta. That's a 2.
oh, no valid token. God dang it.
Just trying some things.
Just trying some things.
Just trying some things.
If
Smile.
any of you guys, either any of you guys break a 17, let me know.
Monsters Initiative is 17, guys.
Ah!
If not, this thing is going to be going first.
Where are we? There we go. Wait, that's the wrong Morton. Sorry.
That's fine.
Other Morton.
No, that's it. You rolled an
This
8.
one.
Wait, what? Now it's a 20.
No, the first one was my other Morton.
Oh, okay. But now it's your other Morton.
The first one was the
I'm kidding.
original Morton.
I'm fucking
That was the
around.
other Morton.
No, I gotcha. Well, Morton actually goes first. So you see this undead begin to lurch over to you guys, but your party gets to strike first. So with that being said, you guys can actually determine what order you all want to go in this round. And every round you can like change up your order and things like that. But you guys it essentially allows you guys to like strategize how you want to handle each encounter. If you want someone else to go first and things like that.
Okay, cool. That sounds fun.
So with that, who goes first?
Wait, does Morton go first, or because you said
it's up to you guys. Since one of you guys beat the initiative of this keeper, your entire party gets to go first.
Nice. We really
I
are tethered.
think we let Rat Boy have his moment, dude. He was sneaking up.
Yeah, go rat boy, go!
Well, I can't do a sneak attack. I don't think I even want to attack, to be honest.
Hey, thanks
Rat
for waiting
Boy's-
that turn.
Rat Boy is gonna
I'm
take
ready to go.
a step back to the beginning of the trees and then shoot his short bow. He's gonna take his short bow out.
Okay. What's your hit points, by the way, Batch?
12.
12. Okay, cool. All right. So what?
Bless
So
you.
yeah, go ahead
Jesus.
and go ahead and roll your attack.
I did. I missed.
Oh, what'd you roll?
7.
Sorry, things are breaking. 7. Yeah, that does miss. And because you missed your attack, you take 1 stress. As you
Oh,
begin to
God.
feel a little stressed out from missing the attack.
I see how this works now.
Yeah, yikes.
I don't use this kind of things.
And I take out my dagger and I just fucking put the bow on my back or whatever. I just
You're like, who's next?
Well,
Who wants to
I'm
go next?
Next closest.
Okay.
I don't mind going next.
Yeah,
okay.
go for it.
All right. I'm gonna step a bit closer, and I feel power surging at my fingertips, and I'm going to extend my hand out dramatically and see what happens.
Okay. And
Witch bolts.
what is your hit points?
14.
14. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Does a 14 hit as well?
14 does hit.
Nice. 7 lightning damage.
Oh, okay. So at this point, yeah, you just kind of feel it just zap the this shambling undead for 7 points of damage. You said.
Yes.
Okay. And you saw what Witch Bolt does, right?
I think so.
The spell. Essentially, as long as you're concentrating on it, you can do another 1d12 per round, as the bolt will strike again for the duration of a minute.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's a pretty neat spell.
That is a pretty neat spell.
It's a pretty okay spell.
It's all right.
So what? Who's next?
Guess I gotta try this puppy out. I'm gonna start heading over there.
What happened to him? Dude?
Oh boy, what happened?
Everyone's a different person.
Yeah, everyone's like the same, basically.
Morton, how many?
Always wanted to be an adventurer.
I
Yeah,
love
there you go.
the concept that like it's all placebo. Like,
Yeah.
he's
Finally, I can fight.
I'm really an adventurer now.
How many hit points does Morton have?
16.
Okay.
I am actually not much stronger than I was before.
That's okay.
It is mostly placebo.
All right. Take your turn.
I'm gonna head towards the fight as far as I can get.
Okay. Do you see
Get up
where
in
you?
the face of?
Do you see where you are in the map?
Oh, I can move him. I thought you were doing moving.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do you have a range to check?
You're still trying to figure out yourself.
Yeah, he's patting through his gear and he's like, oh, a crossbow. And he's gonna try to cheat with his crossbow.
Okay.
It says, okay, this is weird.
You just yeah. If you click it in the attack.
Well, I don't see it in my. Oh, here it is. Egyptian bow. All right, never mind. I don't have a crossbow, but an Egyptian bow.
Ooh.
You pull out what appears to be an Egyptian style bow, and you lodge an arrow. It strikes. It hits.
Oh, sick. Now roll damage.
Yep.
Okay. 6.
6 points of damage as the arrow goes into the undead.
He goes, oh shit! Did you guys see that?
I did.
I hit it.
Oscar, you're next. Oscar, how many hit points do you have?
I have 17.
Okay.
Oscar he's kind of in shock. There's no way this boy should have been able to fire a bow like that. And he kind of looks at his own hands, intrigued, and he sees the staff, this oak quarterstaff lying on the ground, and he kneels down to pick it up. And he feels a lot more smart. Like, he wasn't a tactician in his day. He was just a big dumb brute. But he's analyzing the situation in a way that he never has. And one thing that didn't improve was his dexterity. So he creaks back up off one knee with this staff, and he's so heavy that the staff is bending under the weight. And he gets back to his feet and closes his eyes, outstretches a hand, and closes his eyes. He begins to whisper something, and roots begin to burst out of the ground around the creature, trying to entangle it. I'm going to cast Entangling Roots.
Yep. So these giant roots kind of begin swarming around this undead, trying to keep it at where it's at. What's the range on that?
It is 90 feet.
Oh, what's the area of effect? I'm sorry.
Oh, 20-foot square.
Okay. And are you aiming straight on him?
Yeah,
Okay.
centered on him. So I think strength. He just has to roll a strength saving throw.
Okay. If it'll entangle other people as well.
Only on the initial cost, though, right?
Uh,
It's just difficult terrain, which is half movement.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Cool. Yeah.
okay, so all these roots kind of go up, and do I need? And what saving throw do I make?
Strength.
Strength. Okay, here I go. Does a 20 succeed?
Whew, yeah.
So he just kind of
Only roots the party.
So he attempts,
Side are you on?
he attempts to root the creature, and the creature's just too strong. He just snaps the vines, and
yeah.
kind of disappointed with his power. Kind of looks at his hand like, oh man, mine sucks. And he begins to devise another course of action.
I think mine's broken. Guys. Okay, let me go ahead and real quickly just throw these roots on here. All right, there you go. So anyone in there right now? Let's see. A creature in the area must say saving throw be restrained by the entangling roots. A creature restrained by their grasping weeds from the ground, 20 foot up, at point range. For the duration, these plants turn into an area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area, when you cast the spell, must succeed on it. Okay, so now it's just difficult terrain. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's just difficult terrain.
Okay. So double movement while you're there, guys.
Okay.
Okay, and now it's the undead's turn with the roots. He just kind of looks around as he just breaks through the roots very easily, and he looks over to you, Oscar, kind of heaving and breathing a little bit as the vine, like the root from his like viney core, kind of shifts and moves around as you see roots erupt down into the ground, and you see the same entanglement begins to wrap around you.
Ooh.
He's you, but better.
Oh, no.
He's the hooligan cannon, dude.
Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Oscar's like, am I a monster? Licks his hands.
Yeah, make a strength saving throw.
He dies.
Oscar?
Strength saving throw?
Yeah, I hang on, my character sheet went haywire.
Yeah,
I was
so-
on the wrong one. So I was like, where's my saving throws?
Why am I terrible? Okay,
Here we go.
you break through. You were able to break through the roots as well.
I match him. I rip the vines tangle around Oscar's huge steely thighs, and he just flexes and they break.
Damn.
And then you just see this.
I see you have the terrible power too.
The zombie approaches. Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna approach Match because Match was the one. Match was like, wait a minute. Like, I got a moment on you. Take advantage of that. And you just see him. He just kind of like grabs both of his hands and does like a slam at against the back of your neck. Does a 7 does not land, and you see yourself more graceful, able to dodge.
Gracie. Yeah, Slippy. Can't catch me.
And yeah, with that, it's your party's turn again.
Should we go in the same order?
Stab!
Yeah, we can do the same. Yeah, match go.
I stab at him. Ah!
That hits. And
So
also,
greasy.
also keep in mind, you have a dagger as well that on your offhand, so you can attack with that as well.
Wait, like in a double attack?
Double attack, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
Ooh,
a
hell
two weapon
Dagger?
fighter.
What?
Yep, those both hit.
I never used two before. I always use one.
What do I do with my other hand?
Yeah, both hit.
That one. Wait, sneak damage on what? Oh,
No, yeah,
Ignore the one.
no sneak damage.
ignore that one.
I will. So
And
7
then-
points, and then for your dagger.
for dagger, I'm gonna add my savage strike, which is something I can do. So that one does count. So
Another 5 points.
12.
The
12 total.
undead is shambling a little bit. Almost looks like he's falling apart. Who's next?
If we're going the same order, I'll go.
Okay.
No, you said Witch Bolt within a minute. You can do another one.
So if you're concentrating, you can attack with another witch bolt.
What is concentrating mean? I have only played a rogue before.
No, that's okay. So when you're concentrating, essentially, as long as your focus isn't breaking, you can just keep attacking with the witch bolt. It doesn't take up a spell slot. You just do 1d12 points of damage. You don't even have to check to see if it hits. It just literally.
Oh, cool. I would like to do that. Does concentration get interrupted if you're like hit or?
Yeah, so you'd roll a dice to see if you could maintain concentration.
Or
if someone hits you, yeah.
If you cast another spell that requires concentration, then it breaks, obviously. So it's like you gotta pick which one you want to be concentrating on.
One thing.
Okay, so I'm concentrating on Witch Bolt, so I can roll a d12.
Yep.
Okay, cool. 7 points of damage.
Okay. You just, it just completely zaps. You zap him again, so. And if we go to, I'm just pulling up Witch Bolt so I can tell you exactly how that works. Crackling energy, make a range attack on it, 1d12. And on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal another 1d12 automatically. It doesn't take up the spell slot. You just use your standard action to do that damage.
Nice.
So.
That's very cool.
All right. Do you move at all?
I'm good here.
Okay. Who's next?
Well, the bow seemed to work last time. Might as well give it another shot.
You see the arrow just miss, and the undead just kind of looks at you. Meanwhile, you're looking around, you feel the roots kind of slowing you down a little bit, and you realize maybe you're not as strong as you thought you are.
That seems more like it.
And
from my previous experience.
And you take 1 stress because of it.
Oh man, I knew I couldn't do anything right.
Oscar, you're next. You're in hindering terrain right now, so you'll have to move half your square, or half your speed, excuse me.
Yeah, Oscar, he gives up on the concept of these spells he seems to have, and he just starts to wade through the vines, and he's grumbling as he tries to get through the vines towards the bow.
Okay.
So I guess me move 20.
I think you're drawing.
I was drawing, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, me move 15.
15, yeah.
Depending on when the entangling ends.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you see these roots are just kind of like trying to slow you down.
Yeah, he's just ripping through them slowly as he walks along.
Do you do anything else?
No, I end my turn.
Do you take a double move?
No, but I will take the dodge action.
Okay.
Can you do that? Isn't that a monk thing?
Oh gosh, are you? I thought dodge action was just anyone can do that.
Yeah, anyone can do
Sure.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Monks can attack and then use a dodge as a bonus action. But every other character has to use dodge as their primary action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, anyone can use dodge. I also always check the rules, so I'm like, I think so, and then I'm like, wait a minute. All right. Next up is this guy again. Same thing happens. You see the vines just kind of like creep down around his body into the ground, and Nora, make a strength save as the vines and roots begin to attempt to choke you. To like try and restrain you.
12.
That is not high enough. As it now wraps up around, you kind of hear a come from his mouth as he lurches forward, his hands begin to try and wrap around your throat as a combination as the vines are pulling at you, he's trying to shove you into the ground as if he's trying to entomb you, like actually try and bury you in the soft
Jesus.
earth.
I'm struggling against it, just coughing.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you're being shoved deep into the earth by this thing. You can actually see his hands just wrapped around Nora's throat right now, as he just continues to push her down. All right, now it's okay. It's your party's turn now. Also, can you
sneak attack now, right? Because he's distracted.
Yeah, you can sneak attack.
Yep.
Yeah,
It'll
5
be
feet.
sneak attack and flanking, right?
So there's no flanking, but yes, you do get sneak attack because you have a party member that's 5 feet away.
Okay. I'll tick on sneak attack.
Also, Nora, can you do me a favor? Make a wisdom save.
I guess so.
This scene is very. You're good.
It's kind of stressful.
Yeah, it's a little stressful. But you're able.
You're able to stressful.
But you're able to hold. You're able to
All right.
hold your spirit.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and attack.
Step.
That hits.
Kill.
They both hit.
Oof.
Ooh, hell
That
yeah.
many's.
As you are, Nora, as you're being submerged down to the earth and this undead is just strangling at you, you just see Match hop on like a little rat.
Yeah, I
and
just jump onto him and I start stabbing the two sides of his neck, like near his clavicle. And just...
The grip immediately loosens as you just see him fall down, and all of the roots themselves also return back to the earth.
Oh.
And he's dead. Congratulations, you.
I go for loot. I search his pockets.
Bastard.
You actually see a vine. His vine heart is still there.
I take it and look at it. What can I see with this thing? What is this?
So the vine. If you have the vine heart on your person, your charisma increases by 2, and it gives you the ability to use entangle once per round.
Ooh.
This is
I pocket
also an interesting trinket that the collector may be interested in. So now,
I pocket it.
now you have to decide, if you exchange. Oh, by the way, yeah. Side note: the only way to actually improve / get experience points is to sacrifice these trinkets. So you have to choose
Okay.
loot or power.
Ah, I see.
I pocket it. Slide it into a greasy cubby hole in my jacket.
Guys, we're never gonna get any of these right away.
Yes.
By the way, when you do sacrifice the loot, it raises everyone's power. It's not just one person's power. Yeah.
For the greater good.
Yeah, you all
I
have
have
a shared level, quote unquote.
Oh, cool. We really are tethered.
Mm-hmm.
We did it.
Well,
Let's get going.
hold on, I have a question
Yes.
mechanically, Brett. So
Yes.
one of my abilities as the aid is appraisal,
Mhm.
which means that whenever we turn in a trinket, we get the bonus 10% experience.
That's
'Cause
correct.
Does that happen if someone else turns it in, or only when I turn it in?
Only when you turn it in.
Okay, but if we all get the thing, wouldn't they just always give it to me to turn it in?
Yeah.
Or is that
If we
like,
want to.
If you want- yeah,
Unless
it's up-
the item
it's up-
that we want to use.
Yeah.
If you explained what that is.
Yeah, that too.
But like, I don't know how to do that in roleplay.
You would
It's like a
essentially negotiate for additional power because of the value of the item. You understand its true purpose, and because of that, the collector would be impressed with your knowledge and grant you additional experience points. But let's say you perish and you can't do the explanation anymore, then you lose out on the 10%.
But is it like as long as I'm in the party, we'll be able to do that, or
Yeah.
is it? Okay.
If you're the one going to sleep and negotiating, you'll come back with 10% additional experience.
So if like
points.
right now Lumen like just got a fucking knapsack and just passed out and sold it, like
if
we
you
wouldn't
had it,
get that
it would have to be
buff.
on your person, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So yeah. With that, Match, are you keeping the heart?
Yes, and if anyone wants to see that I took, keep my sleight of hand.
Holy
Oh.
fuck, 24. Woo! Nora's just gonna like stand up straight, kind of brush her skirt off. She's embarrassed that she couldn't stop that thing, and she's embarrassed that Rat Boy had to save her. She just kind of crosses her arms and looks
He's so
away.
greasy.
He's so greasy.
Uh-oh, greasy.
Uh-oh, greasy.
I'm gonna add a vine heart over to your inventory. Oh, not Oscar. What's happening? To Match, I'm adding a vine heart to your inventory, and I'm increasing your charisma by 2 while you have it.
Sounds good.
All right. So with that, Nora, you're a bit injured right now, but you are in front of the graveyard. As you look into the graveyard, you see a trail of blood leading into that. You believe this might be where the bandits have went into.
All right. I have 4 HP right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, as you're looking at the gravestones, you feel a hand upon your shoulder, and it's got, you know, a radiant glow to it, and you immediately feel relief. You feel your wounds closing. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Damn.
You heal 11 points of damage.
Damn. I'm back up to full, baby. She's just gonna. At first, she's shocked by the touch on her shoulder, thinking it's more roots.
How?
But when she recognizes who
Your
it is and looks over
rat.
her shoulder and feels healed, she's kind of solemnly nods and manages a very quiet thank you.
You are well.
Yes. Thank you. It's embarrassing, but.
I will
He
sneak
likes
over
his
to
power.
the body.
He's tired. He's tired of fighting, and he kind of likes that he can
Aww,
heal.
wholesome.
Wait, Match, what are you doing?
Oh, go ahead.
What do we got on this?
You go into the pockets, and immediately all you feel is just blood, like just damp blood, as it's completely soaked them.
Yeah, I flick it off my hands. I don't really wipe it off. I just kind of flick it off. Like,
And you get four copper pieces.
Your poor voice.
Morton.
Morton will kind of trudge over. The thorn stuff went away, right? So
Yes.
I walk over.
Well, I guess we defeated our first foe. What was that thing? Does anyone know?
Your guess is as good as mine, Morton.
Would the other me know?
What it is? No,
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
that's a good question.
Oscar searches the depths of his newfound wisdom, but doesn't know.
I wipe my hands on the shirt of this other dead guy, and
Which
then
is-
I go into his pocket.
Equally covered in blood, just does absolutely nothing except makes your hands even more bloodied. You find 1 copper piece.
I don't know, but that thing didn't look good, so I stabbed it.
You certainly did. What was your name again?
Name's Match.
Matt. All right, got it. Nora.
Takes off his hat, and a little tuft of his greasy hair under his bandana flicks out, and just kind of like, and
What are you buying? What are you selling?
Oh, God damn it.
But yeah, you see that the graveyard ahead of you is definitely the direction the bandits seem to have gone. What do you do?
Head in there.
I guess, yeah, we should probably start with those bloody bandits, huh?
You begin to walk into the graveyard, and it's an absolute massacre. You just see the ground itself soaked in blood. A lot of the graves appear to have been opened up with bodies left out. You're unsure why the bandits may have done this, but that is what you see. Take a look at your surroundings, because the graveyard itself appears to be like a kind of maze. There's an opening to the south and an opening to the east.
Anyone else have a black screen?
Upright.
Top right.
Oh, sorry.
Zoom.
Thank you.
Go to
It's
the top
a really
right.
big map. Holy shit.
Yep.
All right, cool.
I try to see what this blood is pointing.
Where the blood is pointing. Go ahead and make an investigation check. As you observe the area, you see the blood itself appears to be going into a more of a western direction. East is outside of there, and but you notice some bloody footprints over to the western section of this map, of this part of the graveyard.
I kind of like two-step hobble back over to Oscar because he seems like the big guy, and I point over. Hey, look over there.
What do I see?
Pointing out the footprints.
What do your elf eyes see?
What do my elf eyes see? Let's roll survival.
As you observe and kind of look at the ground around, you see that there's footprints everywhere of people, humanoids, that have been rummaging around the graveyard, digging out graves, emptying out bodies from there. You do see footsteps heading over into a western direction. Some of the feet soaked in blood, but you also see giant footprints, not that of any ordinary man.
Are they of similar size to the thing we slew?
No,
Or even bigger?
bigger. Like
Out
an
of
actual
character, it's
giant.
the thing that knocked me out, I'm guessing.
Would you share that with us, or?
If I see the footprints, do I see them as well?
Unless you're making a survival check, the only one that has
I'll
seen
make
this so
a
far is
survival.
Oscar.
Oh, fuck.
You see dirt and that people have been here.
Hey, guys, it looks like people were here.
I just kind of like cock my head. Yeah.
Oscar isn't the type to unnecessarily concern the group. He feels like it would just add stress if he was to point them out, so he just kind of nods in the direction of the footprints. He says, "Come," and he starts following them.
Follow Oscar.
Yeah,
See-
I'll follow too.
You guys are heading
Kind of like
west.
turtle tuck my neck a little bit, just like, are we sure we want to follow those? We could just go another way.
Come on, Match. We gotta stick together.
All right, move your characters.
Swoosh!
Swoosh!
Yeah.
You enter another section of the graveyard where you see more of the same blood everywhere. This time, there's a path to the south and another path to the west. The north itself is guarded by a gate. What do you do?
Duck over to this tombstone,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to read it and see if not interested in the name. I'm trying to see like, is this just the town graveyard, or is this like a graveyard for certain people? You know, like-
This is the town graveyard. There are
Okay.
a lot of graves since this town's been around for a while. But yeah, you see more of the same, just a lot of unburied graves. A couple
Have
of
the bodies been removed?
yeah, and you actually see a couple of wrapped up bodies still around in the area.
Ooh.
I slit open. If that body is like actually bagged up, I
Yeah.
slit open the bag part. And I start.
You see
I crooked over my shoulders. Wow, I'm looking at it.
at the moment you open up, a smell just hits you. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. That's the one I'm not good at.
Well,
You hold your own. You were almost nauseated. As you open, you just see a dried, old body exposed.
Any shiny?
You want to make a sleight of hand? Make an investigation check. See if you can find some shinies in the burial wrappings.
God.
Yeah.
How low can we go?
I mean, this is literally how Darkest Dungeon works.
Yeah, you
Trinkets and baubles.
you don't.
I kind of lift open the flaps. I don't reach my hands in or anything gross because that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
but,
you don't see.
know,
That's
I'll
so
just peer-
below you.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Yeah.
And I'll look back to the group like,
Oh, where are we going?
What did I see the direction of the footprints with that survival roll?
Yeah, if you can see the footprints very easily.
Okay, yeah. I nod south. This way.
Follow me.
Now, deeper and deeper into the graveyard. This time, you have a path to the west, east, and south.
Studies for footprints.
I come up and get on his shoulder.
So what are you thinking, big guy?
You can still see where the footprints are going.
He swats this guy away with a meaty hand. And points to the right. That way. Start shuffling.
Okay, here's a wild idea. Feel free to shut it down. Match wants to climb this tree and get a height advantage and look around.
Sounds like a good idea.
That's a good idea. Make
Just try to
make an
scramble up the tree.
yeah make an athletics check.
Whoa there, boy. Careful
Now-
with those tree branches.
I could do athletics, but could I do acrobatics?
How would you be like jumping from limb
Branch
to
to
limb,
branch.
branch to branch?
I would do it in the most rat-like way possible.
Oh my god! I love how your character has literally just become a rat.
Rat.
Yeah. Feel free to make an acrobatics check. You just see him scurry up, and with that, you get a nice advantage to see what is around. You notice over to the west appears to be a crypt of some sort, where the bloody footprint we're heading over towards. You also see there are in all the other sections bandits roaming around.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh.
But the
Hey!
but the direction of the crypt appears to be empty.
What's up, Match?
I'll call down from my treetop.
Hey! Keep it down. We got people all around it. There's some sort of structure that way, and we're surrounded.
Bad people or
Bad. Yeah,
Bad
they
people.
look like my old crew.
your
Wait,
old
you used to
crew?
be one of them.
Let's get going.
I hop down from the
Good segue. Not suspicious at all.
Yeah, Oscar follows Match.
I
yeah.
think
This is the
Morton
only
follows
good way to go.
Just because everyone else is going, but he's not happy.
Yeah, mental note taken.
Don't want to be here.
If he had any reason, I mean, he already didn't like Match, but now he really doesn't like it.
Yeah, well, you're stuck with me.
scurry on towards this tomb or this crypt or whatever it is. Huh? Scurry!
I'll try to hide.
I get as far as I mean here, but I will
Yeah.
actually try to start
Oscar
running
takes
if
a
I
few
can.
steps backwards.
Do I recognize that, Brett?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll hide here.
That's
Oh,
the
fuck.
thing that knocked me out. That is the thing that knocked me out.
Wait, what's happening? Is he
He's moving
or
forward. He just
Are we
yeah.
an initiative or just like?
Every time he moves, I move.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, I would have hid behind that pillar
Oh.
once I heard the sounds coming.
Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Dude, these sound effects
20,
are
baby.
great.
Let's go.
Nice.
As you just see this lumbering ogre of a man stepping forward with that giant hook. He's 10 feet tall and covered in blood.
The ideal man.
Bang.
Wow. All right, let's see if I can beat a 20. I don't. You guys go first.
All right. Who wants to go first?
No, no.
Ladies first. I want revenge on this thing. Let's go.
All right.
I'm gonna extend my fingers and feel force running through my fingertips. And cast Eldritch Blast. 21 to hit.
That hits.
8 points of force damage.
All right. Who's next? As you see the Elder Splash just kind of like, just glance off of him. He barely feels it.
More will like audibly like psych himself up like, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got, and then he's just gonna like run out and screaming and like attack it with his let's see, my two-handed battle axe, I suppose.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking it up. 15. That hits.
All right. Ah! Holy shit!
Holy.
Oh, is that a second attack? Oh, you rolled again. You gotta click the.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you gotta click
Oh,
the
I
weapon
did
damage.
damage.
Yeah, you do 24 damage. Yeah,
That was
actually.
damage.
No, you actually attacked twice.
I hit the damage type though.
Try pressing it again. I don't see it.
Oh, what the heck? It's like glitching out.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the thing that was given to me.
9 slashing. Is it okay if I? Did you click it in the chat itself?
I clicked the damage type thing.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Oh,
there you go. There you go. 13 damage.
Ooh, 13. Hell yeah.
The giant interrupts your party's turn order
Uh-oh.
Oh,
to attack. Attack Morton.
that's cheating!
Ignore that. Does a 12 hit you, Morton?
No.
It literally, he just goes, "Rah!" and he tries to like hit you, but it glances out, and you're able to parry with ease, almost as if you've done this before. You've done these kind of fights before.
Holy shit, I'm not dead!
Who's next?
I'm looking at Oscar.
Oscar kind of steps forward, and Oscar's nearly 7 foot, and he's like kind of dwarfed by this guy. But a challenge of strength is what he's known for. He rolls up his sleeves. I'm gonna make an attack and attempt to grapple the giant.
Okay.
Damn.
Ooh.
I think that's just
Yeah, it's
roll
just
to.
opposing athletics or acrobatics.
I have to roll to attack first, right, and succeed.
Let me look up the grapple. I always forget grapple rules.
I think I have to roll to attack, succeed, and then roll grapple.
But then
Up to you,
how would you? I don't think you have to do that because then you'd have to.
When you want to
hurt
grab a
somebody
creature,
if you just
wrestle
wanna
it, you
catch
can
them.
use the attack action. Yeah, you make an attack action.
Oh really?
If you're able to make multiple attacks with attack action, this attack replaces them. The attack must be no more than one size larger, which it is, and you must be within reach using at least one free hand. You try to seize the target by making a grapple check instead of an attack roll. So make an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
Okay, so you just want me to roll a flex?
Yeah, sure.
Big boy.
Hell yeah.
You were able to hold him down. You're actually like wrapping up, holding him, and he's just like he's trying to break out right now.
You see the veins in Oscar's arms like bulge as he grabs the giant around the waist and holds him in place.
What a fucking unit, dude.
He can't. Yeah, he can't move. His speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends. The grappler's incapacitated. Excuse me. And yeah, so he can't move right now. You've wrapped him around. He's like struggling right now, trying to break out. Match.
So run behind him, and let's see. I get sneak attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do I get advantage because he's grappled?
His speed becomes 0. And that's all it says.
Okay.
So he does not get an advantage, but you do get a sneak attack.
Okay. Stab.
You somehow miss with the curved edge.
No.
How do you miss a target that big?
I don't know.
It stresses you out.
Shit.
But the second one does hit.
Okay. I'm gonna add my Savage Strike to this one, so it's Sneak and Sneak Savage 6 plus 3. 9.
9 points of damage.
I
Yep.
just stick it in his side. You're
Yep.
not even going for like a lethal kill.
He's just like "Ugh," like you literally just stab in. He's just like, "Ugh," and he's like lurches over a little bit. But he seems to be fine. Oh god, now it's his turn.
Ruh-roh.
So he's looking around and like you wrapped around his waist. He could barely move right now. And with his hook, he looks down to Oscar and he just goes on an absolute roar rampage and attacks Oscar 3 consecutive times with the hook.
Oh, fuck.
Like just wailing away. Does a 26 hit?
Ooh.
By the way, he's using Bloody Assault. 26, I'm assuming, does hit.
I'm not dignifying you with the answer to the 26.
Okay. Since he hits, all his remaining attacks for this process has advantage now. 18 to hit.
man.
I can't
Yeah.
look.
His since he hit 2 times, his next attack will do double damage.
Oh my god.
And 19.
Yep.
So he's just
Our healer.
he's carving away right
No.
now.
Our healer went in for a grapple.
8 damage,
Legit dead.
4 damage, and then 10 damage. So just
Oh my
18 damage total.
god. Is he full dead?
He's down.
He pummels Oscar into the ground.
No.
And you
You should be able to see your wife soon.
Jesus Christ.
you just see Oscar just fall over in a bloodied chop up heap, and he just starts looking around at whose next victim's gonna be. Who's next?
Match goes pale in the face. Just
Yeah, Brett, I volunteer to take stress for that because I'm right next to him and I just saw.
Oh yeah, that's right. He fell down.
I feel like we would all take
Everyone,
stress.
take make a
Yeah.
wisdom save, please.
All right.
Okay.
You guys keep it together. You hold together. You feel
Holy
it
shit.
tense in your chest a little bit, and you just go, "No, not. We have to keep fighting, or we will
He
die."
didn't tell me much about him anyway, besides his name.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right. Who's next?
I'd like to go.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm gonna fucking bop him with my battle axe again. Worked last time. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
We've got to end this now.
okay. All right.
alright, come on. You know.
You miss. You swing, dodging him, and he just looks at you, and he realizes that you're his next target. You take a point of stress.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll go next. If that's okay.
He responds
Oh fuck.
by
Oh.
attacking Morton. You see him just let out a huge, just heaving breath as he goes over to Morton, and his entire weight of his body just collapses on him as he tries to begin ripping Morton
Body
apart
slam?
limb from limb.
No, too soon. I've seen this before. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh God.
For fuck's sake!
Oh God.
7?
It's a critical
Did he
hit.
crit?
It's a
I'm-
crit.
Oh
Probably
my
gonna
God.
die,
Oh
huh?
my god, oh my god.
You literally watch as Morton gets ripped limb from
Wait.
limb.
He's dead.
He's
Absolutely
dead.
dead.
Falls
What?
dead immediately as he just begins tearing apart. Morton.
What the fuck? No!
Thanks for having me, guys. This has been a fun campaign.
Walks off screen.
tosses the body over. All right, who's next?
Oh, my fucking. I'll attack.
Okay.
I'll just
Everyone
blast.
roll wisdom checks, please.
Fucking.
At disadvantage.
Fuck.
Oh.
Oh, that's already a disadvantage, so shit.
I'll roll just again.
Okay. No, you got
Oh!
21. You're oh. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
20 and 21.
Somehow
No.
you just keep it together.
I'm just like, well.
Whatever.
Nora, you take 4 points of stress damage as you just watch your
Alright.
compatriot get torn apart.
Alright. Just feeling pretty furious right now. She reaches out her hand and screams at this giant. Does another Eldritch Blast. 23 to hit, baby. Let's go.
That hits. That hits.
Holy fuck. Yeah. 14 damage?
Yep.
Match is looking. Well, I guess I'd do that on my turn. Never mind.
I mean,
Oh, I'm done. Go, go match. Go.
I would like to see the effect it had on him. Like, analyze. Did he care that he just got hit with 14 damage?
what, him? Oh no, he's starting to heave now. You actually see him just like he's breathing heavily right now. You're beating him down. But
Okay.
it's gonna be a minute.
Match has one good attack left in him. Then he's leaving, guys. So.
You can't leave me! Come on.
All right. Sneak attack. Curved edge. And dagger. 16 and 14.
That they both hit.
Fuck yes. Fuck him up, match.
Huh? 13? Wait, did I do the math right?
Yeah, you did. He's like, he lurches over for a minute, just like almost like he's gonna fall over, and he stands back up and looks at Mash.
Wait, that's 15.
Fuck,
My bad.
fuck.
Now it's time to introduce our next homebrew rule for the campaign.
Oh,
Each
no.
of you have one fate point, which allows you to, once in this campaign, defy fate. Morton,
Once.
would you like to get back? Would you like to stand back up? Kraken? Oh, he's mute.
What other option do I have? I mean,
Be dead, or see what happens when you die. When
Be
you
dead
die.
or don't be dead.
yeah, okay, yeah, I guess I'll stand back up.
He's got so much to live for, dude. He's got to fight his fate.
Yeah.
You spend the one fate point you have, and you stand back up at one hit point.
Oh my fuck.
Oscar, would you like to make a death saving throw, or spend your fate point to stand back up?
I ain't standing back up. Fuck that, dude.
Fuck it up, he's gonna hurt me.
All right, you
I'll
are
take a
at.
fail.
All right, go ahead. Okay, death save fail. You feel your heart begin to slow down a little bit right now. At this point, the giant ogre's gonna turn over to match and just swing.
Oh God.
Another one bites the dust.
Does a 13 hit?
Oh.
Not if I slipper.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
roll that.
Oh, I mean, the 1 guarantees it.
14, yeah.
Oh, nice.
You dodge.
Again.
You dodge out of the way. It's now your turn.
Match.
Okay, I'll go. I dodge out of the way of his fucking giant hook, and I'm just step. I don't think I have sneak attack anymore because he's focused on.
Yeah, he's next to a down person. You don't have sneak attack. Well, who wants to go next? It's up to you. It's the order of the party of whatever you guys
Wait, I'm
determine.
stabbing!
Oh, he's stabbing! They both hit!
Oh yeah. Stab boy.
Stab!
9.
9 total. Also, the last one I did was 15. not
He's
15.
bleeding hard, but still standing. Who's next?
Well, Morton has 1 HP, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You care if I go?
go ahead.
Alright, I'll just blast one more time. Oh, for fuck's sake. 9. That does not hit, I'm guessing.
It glances over. Yeah, it glances off of him. And, he at that point responds by walking over to you.
Oh, my turn again.
Match wipes his sweaty brow. Whew, I can get out of here.
Bastard rat.
You as he approaches you, you begin to feel your heart tense. You take another point of stress.
Okay.
You're at 5 stress right now.
Yep.
Morton, it's your turn.
Morton will just like feel where his limbs were ripped off, or at least where he
as
felt
you
like
feel
they-
what appeared your limbs being ripped off, you realized it's just absolutely covered in blood from him tearing you apart with the hook. But your limbs are still there.
God shows wrong, and then he charges back in.
Holy
tries-
fuck.
Tries to I don't know, fucking do something. He's got no other options right now. So
Oh yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Attack of opportunity.
That's right.
Wow.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I'm gonna go at him with my battle axe.
Okay. Also roll your attack of op.
Wait, oh, who does? Who does?
Match does, yeah, and then you
Is that
attack with your
sneak
axe.
You should go first, probably.
Oh, that hits.
Hell yeah.
For
Damn.
with that final stab as you're like charged in, like, oh god, here we go. The stab hits this giant ogre as he just collapses over. His body falls down into the dirt and just crashes as you just see all this dirt and dust kick up. The dead body of the ogre is now in front of you.
I ran over and buried my battle axe into it, not realizing that it was dead.
Ah! Holy crap! And I look at the dagger that took him down. I guess it's what is a curved edge? Was that like a short sword or something?
Yeah. It's like a short sword, but it has this like little curve, like a kopesh almost. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I look at that and I'm just, holy crap! Ah!
And then he stabs more. Like, oh my god.
I run over to the body.
Nora's gonna run over to Oscar to see if she can help him back up, if there's anything she can do. I have mending, which is during a short rest, but
Mhm. 1d6 per short rest.
yeah. Could I do that?
You can.
I'm going to mend.
Oscar,
great.
you are back up with 2 hit points.
Sorry.
I'm slumped over in blood next to the ogre, just kind of staring at myself and like my hands, and like definitely doesn't think he should be alive right now.
I'm looting.
Yeah, it makes sense.
you see Match as he's looking over the dead ogre's body. He doesn't see anything too much of interest, but that hook That hook looks like it can do a lot of damage.
How big is this hook?
It's a pretty meaty sized hook. It'd be you'd have to hold it in 2 hands.
It would make sense for someone like a fighter, like me.
I pick it up.
You struggle to pick it up as you kind of like hold on a little bit.
And I throw it onto the side. What do y'all think on there? And I just
I open his mouth up. I move his tongue up and down.
Jesus.
Make an investigation check, Match. And yes, Morton.
I'll go over to the cleaver that a second ago literally killed me, and cut me up, and just kind of like, I don't know. He's like trying to reconcile in his head how he could be dead and alive at the same time, and why he keeps coming back. And so I think he'll like pick it up and just kind of study it for a bit.
So the blood hook, essentially the blood hook, is a 2d6 weapon that, when equipped, gives you +2 strength. This also looks like an item that the collector may be interested in.
I think Morton will like. I don't know. You guys continue your thing. He's in his own head at the moment.
I bet we could pawn this to a butcher for some good money.
Nora's gonna extend a hand to Oscar to help him up.
He takes your hand, but you quickly realize that he is like in excess of 300 pounds.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm helping you up then as you go up to make myself feel better about it.
He creaks up on one hand and one knee, and he's got blood running down his forehead, and he's been through the ringer a little bit. And you hear him just say, "I'll get next time."
Think we're even now, huh?
From behind you, an ominous howl comes from the crypt. You've been through so much already, but you realize your journey has just begun. The crypt calls for you, and so ends today's session.
Woo!
Thank you very much for joining us on a hell of a first session.
What would I find on the body?
You find a gold tooth from his mouth.
Gold tooth.
You rip it out. The blood stresses you. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. It's whew. That crit, man. That crit really.
That was so funny.
was
That was the
fucking
funniest
spooky.
shit ever.
That was what 40 damage at level
Yeah, it
1.
was like
Yep.
50, I think, almost.
Yep.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
But you completed the first session. Congratulations.
Only died twice.
You died twice.
Fuck.
Welcome to horror D&D.
I have a question, Brettu.
Yes.
If I'm unconscious, would I take stress from scenarios?
If you are unconscious and you don't see it happen, no.
Okay. Dude, I'm stress-free, dude. Although I'm imagining there's a stress penalty.
Probably because for getting knocked out
unconscious in the first place.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna add 2 stress to you. You get knocked
Okay,
unconscious.
alright,
Oh, can I use soothing words on all of us?
If you have a downtime moment, but we can.
Didn't we rest anyway because we were reviving?
We can do that at the start of the next session.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, next session. But
Okay.
but yeah, guys, thank you so much. I know it's definitely a different style of D&D game, but you guys did amazingly well, and I hope you all had a really good time.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
I like
Thanks
my
for-
character.
That was great, dude.
Yeah.
It's Jesus. I just saw
Now
it.
back to being Braun.
I
Why
literally,
the Lart?
I literally just saw. I'm still like over that crit. I'm like, oh my god, that was.
Yeah, that was.
Oh.
That's the most damage I've ever taken in a D&D
It
game.
literally
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
I had PTSD.
Yeah.
Fucking watching that happen.
Well, I Morton certainly does.
Yeah, Jesus.
Morton's in trouble. Morton's gonna have the shake. So, all right. Well, guys, thank you so much. I think we're gonna wrap things up here. I'm gonna go ahead and thank everyone that subbed and donated. Who's streaming?
I
next?
will be.
You mean right now?
Yeah.
Well, in a minute.
Mr. Gamat, I believe.
What?
Are we gonna do more RL crafts, or what do you guys move?
I'm down for
I
some
must level
crafting.
and WoW.
Yeah, I've been leveling as well.
I must
I'm
grind.
down for some RLness.
Yeah, I'll probably join you guys for that. It's going from DM to co-player is always a difficult transition because you're like, oh, look who it is, this fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna crit you in game. Just let
Oh, one of us now.
Sounds
well.
Well, I will see you guys in game, and yeah, I'm gonna.
You're actually technically a server admin, so you're still in a severe position of power.
I would never abuse that power though.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But I when have I abused admin powers?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you have. I'm just saying there's the capacity
you
within
still
you
are there. That's
to
true.
do so.
Well, I'll see you guys in whatever game, and thank you so much. And are you looking forward to the next session? Because I
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
very much so.
I mean, Match has been performing fantastically. So
Nora feels pretty good.
I've failed in every combat scenario
No!
so far.
Listen, you gave up fighting.
But, like,
This is like
I'm trying to do fun shit, and then Brett's like, "No, you die."
sorry. Well,
No, you didn't die. I died.
You're gonna.
I got ripped limb from
That's
limb.
true. I'm a resilient. He's a resilient old man, dude.
Um,
He's defied death many times.
Deep in the crypts, there are plenty of relics and trinkets and baubles that you'll be able to exchange for experience points. Baubles. And we'll see what's underneath there. There might be a couple of neat little homebrew stuff that you guys will get to experience.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
pocket the dungeon.
What? No. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you.
Thank you.
all right,
All
take
right.
care.
See you later, bud. Thank you for the session.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye
Jack.
bye. Oh my God. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the follows. We got some donations. It looks like. Looks like all for multi-base and official note. But I want to go ahead and thank everyone for doing that and being a part of that. Oh, and we got some. Yeah, we got a bunch of subs. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and thank everyone since this is the end of the evening, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself with the game. Thank you so much for all the follows. We will also be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna play tomorrow. I might kind of in an SCP mood. I might play some SCP tomorrow. Kind of keep the creep train going. But we'll definitely play some spooky horror stuff tomorrow. So yeah, maybe we'll do SCP. We'll do a fresh SCP run because I actually want to beat that game. I had a lot of fun last time. So yeah, and as you see from Luna, join the Discord, join the Twitter. If you liked what you saw. By the way, we hit 20,000 followers, guys, earlier before this. I wanted to thank everyone for that. Thank you so much. And if you're gonna only come by for the D&D games, that's totally cool. We'll be back next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for all that. Let me go ahead and thank everyone, of course, to Bree and Lawman, and to Sam and Kraken, of course. Big thanks. Really do appreciate everyone hopping on, having themselves a good time. They did great today. Thank you so much for that. What we got? Rockrest Kitty, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 6 months in a row. Dotori Rudo, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 26 months, my dude. Over 2 years. Really do appreciate that. Darkside, thank you so much for the resub for tier 1 sub for 3 months. 3 months. Multi-base virus, thank you so much for the 3,286 bits cheered. Man, I really do appreciate all that bit love. Our Tompkins, thank you for the host. JMX Jim, thank you for gifting a sub. Dakota, greatly appreciate that gifted sub, my guy. Multi, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Kraken and the Filth. And official note, thank you so much for the 120 bits. Guys, that's it for now. Let me see who's doing what. We're gonna drop you guys over somewhere with something, having ourselves a good time. Again, thank you so much. We'll be back next Wednesday for some more stuff. Yeah, I'll drop you guys over with Gmart. He's playing some more RL Craft, so we'll... Oh, wait, actually, let me scroll down. Yeah, I mean, he's playing RL Craft. I think we're all going to play RL Craft, so it'd be cool if we took you someplace where the party's still going to be going. So give Gmart some love. Give him some Brett you loves. And I'll be back tomorrow with some sort of horror game. Thank you again for being here. I love you all very much. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Bye-bye.